What's up, guys? CN here. 2023 is upon us, and there are a lot of AAA games that's coming out this year that I'm really excited to play. So I'm actually going to dish out to you guys my top 10 most anticipated games of 2020. The February 2022 announcement teased the return of Ryu and Luke, who was actually introduced in Street Fighter V. Now, this addition to the franchise introduces new characters, new combos, and it actually is reported to support cross-platform gameplay. So people playing Xbox can play with people playing PlayStation. Even has rollback netcode, which is something that is developers are starting to do more and more nowadays. I've been a huge Street Fighter fan since the Super Nintendo era. I mean, I've played every one. Some of them I really didn't like, but for the most part, I'm still gonna play this one, and it's set to release June 2nd of this year for PlayStation, Xbox, and Windows. Another Capcom title actually made my number 9 list, and that's actually Resident Evil 4 the remake. This 2005 remake is back with a whole new look, whole new sounds, improved character design, enhanced background, even more tense atmo. I mean, like, who wants the sound to be even scarier? This game brings back so many memories for me, so many jump scares, and I am excited to relive and revisit this whole story all over again on my PS5 specifically, but of course, it's also on the PS4, Windows, Xbox X, and S. At my number 8 spot, we got Legends of Zelda Tears for the Kingdom. Now, this game is a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild, which unfortunately I have not finished, which means I will have to go back, play Breath of the Wild before I actually can start this one. And what's funny about this one is this one actually happens to have unused plans and ideas that the creators just could not fit in Breath of the Wild. So I'm really excited to see exactly how much of the story that they could have put in the first game that they got ahead and decided to extend in this one. Now, this game is set to be released May 12th, and of course it's only for the Nintendo Switch. Now, number 7 is actually Starfield, which Joe actually did a little review on when he was kind of comparing it between another Bethesda game, because this is Bethesda, that they're kind of similar, but it's actually one of the things I'm actually pretty interested in playing, see exactly how it pans out. Now, the story of this game, from what I understand, takes place about 50 light years outside of our known solar system after a 20-year war. Now, I'm interested in this game because apparently it has a lot of customizations in it, and you can play it in either first or third person view. It's going to be one of those games that I'm going to really have to try to see if it's, because I'm really particular when it comes to certain spacefaring games, but based on what I'm seeing, I'm really interested in playing it, so I mean, that's why it's on my number 7 list. And it's actually due to release sometime in the first quarter of 2023 for Xbox and Windows. Now, in the number 6 spot for me, we actually have Forspoken. The story of Forspoken follows Frey, a woman from New York who is transported to the magical world of Athea. Now, this will be the first game by Luminous Productions, and this will feature the new ray tracing technology. Now, I have downloaded and played the demo, and I have spoken about it before. And I will say that the battle engine is going to be a little bit, I have to get used to it just a little bit. I already know that. I'm already prepared for it. I've already had a little bit of seat time when I did play the demo. But again, it's not going to stop me from joining Frey in her adventure, which comes out January 24th on PS5 and Windows. Next on my number 5 is Dead Space, which I'm not going to lie, I'm a little afraid to play. Dead Space is another remake that made it on my list based off of the 2008 game of the same name. Now, back then, I was a little too chicken shit to complete the game when it first came out due to its intense jump scares and its very uneasy, unnerving environmental sounds that they put into it. I mean, it was beautiful. But I am ready to get back in the wagon, finish the story of Isaac and him fighting the mutated humans. But so we'll see how this heavily revamped version actually works out for me, coming this January 27th for Windows, PS5, and Xbox. Now, I understand that a lot of these games are AAA games. I do have some indie games I'm interested in playing. If you're interested in knowing what my indie games are, put it in the description down below. I totally want to do a video telling you what indie games I'm expecting to play this year as well. Number 4 is Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which is the sequel to Star Wars Fallen Order, and we still follow Cal. This takes place 5 years later. He's still fighting the Galactic Empire, but what's cool about this one is that the storyline will actually take place around the same time as Obi-Wan Kenobi the series on Disney+. So I'm really excited to see how they actually will intertwine, if there will be any kind of intertwining together when it comes to both those stories. I'm also trying to find out if Cal actually meets Obi-Wan. That would be really cool. Star Wars Jedi Survivor is scheduled to release March 17th on Xbox, PS5, and Windows. Now sitting at number 3, we got Hogwarts Legacy. We're at the top 3 now. This action RPG is packed with gameplay features, customizations from appearance, voice, accessories, body types, you name it, it's there. The story is set in the late 1800s, so I'm really curious on how this is actually going to work with some of the book information and the movie information, and it does play around a student that wants to stop some sort of ancient secret that threatens to tear the Wizarding world apart. Now, from what I understand about the game is that it seems to be like a open world sandbox. You're able to go to, all the iconic places. Of course, Hogwarts. Of course, a room of requirement. That's actually one of the challenges you can go to, because apparently there are about, I believe, 5 challenges. I'm really excited to see exactly how this game's going to play out, especially since there's going to be a lot of mechanics behind the spell casting, equipment getting, and I really want to get my hands on it. I already have it on my PS5 as a pre-order, so just waiting on it. This game is set to release on the PS5, Windows, Xbox in February 10th of this year. The next one that's made it onto my number 2 spot is Wulong Fallen Dynasty. Now, I am a huge like Dynasty Warriors type games. I love like the Shinobi type games. I love the Sekiro type games, and this game looks like it has a combination of all 3 of these games combined. I mean, from what I understand, there's about 5 ways you can actually play the game as far as combat styles. It seems like a very strategic type game, and based off of the information I'm getting, it looks like it's going to be something that I super want to get my hands on. I already have it set in my wish list on my PS5, so I am ready to go with this one as well. Like I said, made it to my number 2 list. This game actually should be coming out March of this year, March 3rd to be precise. It's actually coming out on both Windows, PS4, PS5, and both Xbox One and X/S. Finally, the number 1 game that I'm super excited and I am anticipating playing this year is Final Fantasy XVI. Every last one of my friends know I'm a huge advocate of Final Fantasy. I love Final Fantasy VII. I mean, everybody can tell you that's chef kiss of a game. But I'm really excited for 16 because, I mean, the storyline with the 6 nations at war with each other, and it appears that the summons themselves, Shiva, Ifrit, they're part of this war. Like, it's something, they haven't really said much. It's something that's happening about these summons that is a big part of this war, that as far as either acquiring them or using them for power. But I'm really excited to see how this is actually going to play out. Of course, the gameplay is going to be similar to a lot of the PC Final Fantasy games. You're going to have AI characters assist, very similar to Final Fantasy VII. But it's something that's definitely been on top of my list since the original announcement. And of course, this one will be for the PS5 only, coming out June 22nd of this year. And that's it, guys. Those are my top 10 games I'm anticipated playing this year. Like I said before, I want to know games you want to play as well. Let me know in the comments below what games you're excited to play this year. Give me like your top 5. I want to know. Also, like I said, if you want me to talk about some of the indie games I'm interested in playing, let me know in the comments too. Say, hey, indie games. But while you're down there, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Notification bell's there for you too. But other than that, I'm out, guys. Peace.